Hello friends, it's Rebecca here at Rebecca's Retro, back with another Friday Finds video. And I don't know about you, but it seems like just about everyone I know is getting ready to or has already headed out on vacation. So I'm feeling kind of lonely here, and I thought I think I'll pull out some of the items from my store or from my own collection that are travel souvenirs. Things that long ago vacationers brought home with them. And we are so fortunate that these little pack rats stored these things away for years and years, sometimes decades, so that we can enjoy them today. So I think we're going to have some fun as we look at some old travel souvenirs, some from many years ago and some that are newer. Well, one of the perennial travel souvenirs that didn't cost very much, so they were very easy for anybody to pick up, were postcards. I wish I still had my postcard collection that I put together on the long, very long, and sometimes pretty awful road trips that my family took from wherever we were living at the time to where my grandparents lived in Oregon. It seemed like that was always our destination. Sometimes from North Dakota, Montana, Nebraska, Colorado. It was always to Oregon and back. And so I picked up postcards along the way. I don't know what happened to them, but they're long gone. But thank goodness these were saved. Another favorite, and were easy to bring back with them, which I really love, and I never actually bought these when I was young, but maybe you did, are these wonderful travel pennants. So what I have here to show you is one from Jamestown, Virginia. Another one from Charlottesville, Virginia. In my part of the country, there I pick up, it seems like more from the historic sites around here, but I do have this one from Texas. So if you have fond memories of a vacation in Texas, and would like to add this to your home decor or your cabin, it's listed now at Rebecca's Retros at Etsy.com. So I invite you to hop right on over there and pick it up. Last summer, I came upon a whole collection of these darling little piggy banks that were from a number of different states. I don't know if you can see that. This one is from North Carolina. Has more of a floral motif on that side. Isn't that a darling face? Now this little person or this little pig lost its stopper, but it'd be pretty easy to replace it. Here's a slightly bigger one, and this one says, I love Minnesota. Has hearts for the eyes. So, and that one does have its stopper. And here's another one with a heart, and this one is from Arizona. So it has the state seal there, hearts, hearts. Aren't those cute? I have about, I think, 8 of these from various states. Some are repeat states. I think they're really cute. And, you know, I'm kind of thinking, what if you really got busy and thought you'd collect all 50 states or states that you've traveled to? Well, again, these are available on my store and many other Etsy stores. Another favorite were cups and saucer sets. These were maybe from a slightly older generation. And in fact, this one is very precious to me because this one belonged to my maternal grandmother, Sybil Proctor, and it came to me upon her death. And this is from Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico. So I really prize this one, and this one will not be going in my store ever. It will go to one of my children or grandchildren at some point. But for now, I continue to enjoy it and think about my grandmother and grandfather traveling in some old vehicle many years ago, but enjoying those caverns. Some of you may collect salt and pepper shakers that have a travel theme. And these big birds, I believe I'm not sure, I guess they're not pelicans. Well, maybe they are pelicans, are from Florida. And they have the stoppers in them. I have quite a few salt and pepper shakers that have a travel theme. Again, it would be kind of fun to think about collecting all 50 states with these, or the states that you've traveled to or lived in, which is what I have done with another perennial favorite, and that is state plates. So I have state plates from every state that my husband and I have lived in, the states where we were born, and the states where our sons were born. Well, which is where we live too. So those play double duty. So here you see Pennsylvania. I have the Ohio plate in the same design. I have Kansas in blue and white, which is very pretty. And I have Oregon in this really nice size plate in a pretty green. And this is my birth state. So I particularly like this one. Again, it'd be great fun to start a collection similar to what I've done. Even though these plates are pretty precious to me, most of them are listed in my store, as are these 10 trays that are done in state themes. Here we see Arkansas with their very pretty state flower, which is the apple blossom. Isn't that nice? And then I have one of these trays from the Grand Canyon. So that one's a little newer. It's from about the 70s. But again, very nice. It'd be fun to serve things on this, maybe carry it in your camper to serve on. But it's just a fun reminder of places that people have been. Okay, what else do I have here? Okay. I wouldn't recommend using this for the purpose that it was originally created, but it is an ashtray from Fort Knox, Kentucky. So that's a fun one if you visited there a long time ago and forgot to buy a souvenir. Here's a little plastic trinket tray from Niagara Falls. So that's probably a fairly inexpensive souvenir, not the most beautiful, but it does the job. And here's a very nice metal with a copper tone Statue of Liberty. Isn't she beautiful? And this would be a nice reminder of a trip to New York City, as it was to the person who kept it, and it eventually showed up at Hare's Auction, my hometown source of all things vintage. You know where this little lady came from. A vacation at Disney World or Disneyland. So she's a fun reminder, and it sounds like she has some money in her as they're already saving up for next year's vacation. And a couple more things. Here is, do you remember these Cat's Meow things? These were very popular in the 1990s. This particular one is for the Glen Iris Inn at Letchworth State Park in Western New York. It's from 1995. That's a pretty piece. If Letchworth is one of your favorite places, let me know, because this very lovely Cat's Meow souvenir of a trip there is available. Now, one of the things, favorite souvenirs that people brought home and still do are pictures, souvenirs that they create themselves. And so that encouraged me to pull out this old Brownie camera. This would have been what some amateur photographer in the 1950s would have carried with them, and would have been snapping pictures wherever they went, just waiting till they got home, taking that film in. Think about that anticipation. So much different than what we experience today, where we can see instantly that photo that we took. There's no mystery to our photo taking anymore. But this old Brownie reminds us of those days, if we can possibly remember that. You know, the millennials watching won't. Here's another throwback to an earlier travel time. These aren't really travel souvenirs, but these would have been the kinds of things. Millennials, these are called maps. These are what we looked at before we had our online voice directing us to everywhere we wanted to go. These are regional, they're for Harrisburg, but I thought they were just fun examples of the kinds of things that we used to always carry around in our cars. So there you have it, some reminders of vacations from long ago. I'd love to hear what kinds of souvenirs you collected or have around your house. I'll also post some pictures in the comment section of how I use travel souvenirs like this in my own home in the summer. I love having a travel theme going on as part of my decor in the summer. So these are fun reminders, and I hope they've brought back good memories for you. So that's it for today. I look forward to seeing you back here at Friday Finds Video next week, or at my store, Rebekah's Retro, at Etsy.com between now and then. You can pick up some fun travel souvenirs or all kinds of other fun, interesting, and simply beautiful vintage items. So enjoy your week, whether you're staying home for a stay vacation or you're one of the fortunate ones who's hitting the road for a vacation in points yet to be determined. Bye. Have a good week.